Look at that, George didn't upload another video. Now, if you are new here, I do go over a lot of fragrances. And if you'd like to see more fragrance content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification button. Now, today's video is going to be going over fragrances that have good longevity. So you don't necessarily need to bring the bottle with you around to spray, to reapply, to make sure that the fragrance lasts all day. The 5 that I have here have lasted me all day long when I've worn them. Some more than a day. Now, getting right into it, we're going to start with a fresh soap-like fragrance. This smells like the most expensive soap that you can find at the nicest hotel possible. That is going to be Prada Lom. Now, Prada Lom is going to smell powdery, iris, violet, woody, fresh spicy, warm spicy, aromatic, earthy, amber, and floral. And I am reading from Fragrantica, so what I get from this, like I said, this just smells like really nice soap. The opening can be a bit dense, like that dense soap smell, but it's such a clean and refreshing fragrance. Now, Prada Lom is not going to be your general aquatic. So if you're used to wearing things like Acqua di Gio or those kind of, aquatic fragrances, this might be a nice change for you. Now to the notes, we're going to have top notes of neroli, black pepper, cardamom, and carrot seeds. Mid notes of iris, violet, geranium, and mate. Base notes of amber, cedar, sandalwood, and patchouli. Now this is going to be one of the most versatile fragrances that I have in my entire collection. It's sweet, it's clean, it's fresh, and if you are a fan of this fragrance, there are other flankers. Now based off that note breakdown, what I primarily get is going to be cardamom and iris and soap, which isn't listed here, but it smells like soap. And now when it dries down, it keeps that fresh, brisk scent to it. Now this for me is one when I put like 2 sprays on, I'm good. It doesn't necessarily fill a room when you spray it, but it's just dense enough that it lasts all day long. Some compare this to a fragrance from the house of Dior, which has been discontinued. That fragrance was Dior Homme Eau. A fantastic fragrance too. I have, I think, 2 bottles of it. But if you want that clean, long-lasting scent, you can't go wrong with this. Just so you guys how the thing sprays. Yeah, super clean, super fresh. Almost like a body wash kind of smell to it. Like this could definitely go into like the fragrance in a body wash. Prada might have that. But 100% recommend for those that are looking for a fragrance that this smells super clean and is super long lasting. And it is Prada, so it's not like you're going out and buying a dupe. Nothing wrong with dupes, but this one is not that. And it is designer, so if you want something kind of bougie that's a designer, there you go. Now the next fragrance here is going to be a dupe. It's a fresh, sweet, loud fragrance. It's a dupe of Invictus or Invictus Aqua, but that is for Saucy Hawas. Now the main accords in Hawas is going to be fruity, citrus, aquatic, fresh, warm, spicy. You have amber, sweet. I don't really think it's very animalic, but now the notes on this one are kind of interesting. I get a lot of citruses and aquatic notes and the ambergris. In the notes here, we're going to have things like cinnamon. In the top notes in this, you're going to have apple, bergamot, lemon, and cinnamon, and mid notes of watery notes, plum, orange blossom, and cardamom. In the base, you're going to have ambergris, musk, patchouli, and driftwood. So you get the watery, aquatic citruses. The cinnamon is either way in the back or it's just really fine, well blended in there, because I don't get much cinnamon. If anything, it helps push the fragrance. Now this is most definitely one that at 1 to 2 sprays, you're good to go. Some people can spray 3 to 4 of this, but that will fill a room. That will give you a lot of attention for sure. I would say 1 to 2 on like a normal day of just wanting to wear a fragrance. This is good to go with like 1 or 2 sprays. More sprays might give you and people around you a headache. Now the good thing about Hawas is that it can be super affordable in comparison to a lot of other fragrances that are out there. This is one that you can find for just about 30 bucks. Which is going to be the most affordable on this list, but just because it's more affordable doesn't mean it's lacking in longevity. The scent is a great scent and lasts a long time. Now next here is going to be a fragrance that you would pick up at like Macy's or Dillard's or one of those larger retail stores, but you could definitely get it for a significantly more affordable cost somewhere else. Now this is one that you probably want to find at a discounter instead of going to one of those stores. It can get pricey. Number 3 here is going to be Parfums de Marly Layton. Time of the year to wear this fragrance. It's sweet, it's loud, it's long lasting. Now this has main accords of being warm spicy, fresh spicy, vanilla, woody, aromatic, fruity, powdery, lavender, fresh, and citrus. It is warm, it's almost gourmand. There's definitely not a lot of fragrances that are quite like this. And if you're looking for a fragrance that is long lasting for the fall and winter and the cooler months, this is great. Now, if it gets a bit warm out, it can be a bit cloying. Just because of the vanilla and the warm nuances to it. Now, so you can get an idea of how it smells, we're going to go over the notes here. The notes in this are going to be apple, lavender, bergamot, mandarin orange, geranium, violet, jasmine. Now the base notes are going to be vanilla, cardamom, sandalwood, pepper, gaiac wood, and patchouli. So in this, there are some incredibly dense notes. Now I'm no expert in the breakdown of these fragrances, but I can tell you this right here, it is loud, it's long lasting, and it smells nice. On top of that is one that garners a lot of attention, mostly because it's different than what most people are wearing. This is one that will cost you a little bit. Now looking here at, let's say, Neiman Marcus, this is about $365. On Fragrance Net, you're looking at about $175. Now with that being said, I'm sure that there are more discounters that could give you a better cost than this. So with that, if you're trying to expand your collection of winter or fall fragrances, and you haven't tried this one, I recommend either sampling it, going to the store and trying it, and just before you spend like $400 on it. Now the next one here is super strong. It's probably one of these absolute strongest fragrances in my collection. Kind of want to wear it tomorrow. It's one that at 2 sprays, you're good for like a day or 2. That is going to be Mancera Red Tobacco. Now here you have the main accords. You have that it's warm spicy, there's tobacco in it, it's woody, it's sweet, there's amber in it, it's vanilla, cinnamon, oud, it's powdery, and fresh spicy. I don't get much fresh out of this. I do get a lot of spice out of it, for sure. The oud and the tobacco are just like, boom. If you're looking for a fragrance that is like for sure going to perform, like you can just spray it and just not worry about it smelling for the whole day, there you go. Super strong, probably gonna wear tomorrow. Haven't worn it in a while, why not? I do have to say though, this is not one that is like a mega compliment getter. I don't think I've had anyone say that like, that smells nice. But sometimes you wear fragrances because you enjoy how they smell, right? You'll get attention with it, and they won't say that you smell bad, but it's not like it's going to be the number 1 on this list, which is going to be Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum. Now, Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum says to have main accords of it's being fresh, spicy, citrus, amber, lavender, musky, herbal, aromatic, and anise, soft, spicy, and floral. This is one of the most purchased fragrances that exists right now. But it's great. It's great and it's long lasting, and it's same thing as with Red Tobacco. You can spray this on in the morning and know that you're good for the entirety of the day. Not only that, it's like the Prada, how if you want something that's designer, this is Dior, so that makes it kind of cool. And if you want like positive attention, this is a no-brainer. At this point though, everyone's wearing this, a lot of people are wearing it. It's so easy to wear, it's so mass appealing, that is bought and worn by a lot of people. With the top notes being bergamot, Szechuan pepper, lavender, star anise, nutmeg, ambroxan, and vanilla. Again, this is my favorite Dior Sauvage flanker. I remember when I first bought it, I bought it in like the cooler weather fall months, and I just kept wearing it through the warm weather, and it just worked. It has both the fresh and the vanilla to it that really makes for a complex scent that is not quite as linear as the other fragrances in the Sauvage line, minus the Dior Sauvage Elixir. That one lasts a lot longer and is a lot louder, but it's a completely different fragrance. That is surprisingly not getting cheaper over time. This could still cost you over $100 for this bottle of cologne. But will I be buying another bottle when this one's done? Absolutely. I think I'm on my 3rd or 4th bottle of Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum. Guys, that's a list here of 5 fragrances that if you're wanting something with longevity, these 5 are good to go. And on that, guys, I'm out of here and I'll see y'all soon.